Who's ready to begin? Drop a one in the chat if you're ready to begin. Woo! Synthesizers, welcome. Wow. Wow. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Thank you guys for being here on the scaling launch and the 20,000 member celebration. 20,000 synthesizers. Thanks everybody for showing up. I did get a haircut, Eva, just for you guys. Wanted to look as handsome as possible just for today. Well, let's begin. Let's begin. Today, I'm going to run you through the launch of what we're bringing, what we've been cooking, all this whispering, this teasing that's been happening. No more. It's time to shout about it. And then we're going to hop in the metaverse and we're going to do a 20K celebration. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. So, I wanted to start by asking you guys a question. Who here has achieved a valuable outcome and wants to help other people achieve it too? Drop a one in the chat if you have achieved a valuable outcome. Nice. Ones, 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 ones. Lots of synthesizers were valuable. Who snuck a 69 in there? Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. We're professionals here. Lucas. Well, before I explain why that idea is so important, and that idea is extremely important, I wanted to take a little walk through history with you guys, a little peek into the past, a little peek into history. And that is the synthesizer evolution. Where did we come from? Where have we ended up at? What are we doing today? What's going on? What is the history of synthesizer? And in November of 2021, Synthesizer School was created as the first free community on School. Was anyone here back in the day, 2021, when it first founded, when it first started? I know Fedor, I saw him in the chat. He's been here for a while. Tom's like, hell nah. That's funny. Fedor shouted out, predicted it. Andrew posted, I think we could be at the start of something huge. December 2021. And look at where it's evolved. He called his shots, and we have created something huge together. And Synthesizer was created around this one idea, this one problem that we are drowning in information, but starving for wisdom. And Greg Henrique says, in an increasingly complex world, the fragmented state of knowledge can be seen as one of the most pressing social problems of our time. And what this means is there's a ton of noise, there's a ton of information, but there's very little wisdom. Wisdom is that synthesized information. When you soak it all in, when you solve problems and then you share the solutions with people behind you. So instead of getting overwhelmed, they can take action and follow the steps to get a desired result. And that is why Synthesizer was created back in the day around this problem, this fragmented state of knowledge. And because of that, Earth needs synthesizers. Earth needs synthesizers. We solve problems, we share solutions. We don't just make money, we make the world a better place by solving those problems and sharing the solutions with the people behind us. We can synthesize that fragmented state of knowledge together and create this butterfly ripple effect that can change the world together. That's why we're here. And Synthesizer's mission is to fix that fragmented state of knowledge by helping 1 million educational creators get paid to share their knowledge. Does this resonate with you guys? Who here resonates with this? Is this maybe what got you into the community in the first place? Lucas, Marie, Brandon, Arden, lots of people. This is what got me in. This is what got me in the door. I saw this idea of a synthesizer and it clicked. It clicked. It made me think, that's me. I do that. Why can't I make a business out of that? Why can't I make a life out of that? Then in January 2022, the first synthesizer course was released. Maybe some of you guys have seen this, maybe you haven't, but it was the very first training on how to build a career by becoming an online synthesizer. It was a good course. It was fun. It was back in the day, 2022. This was when it all began. Then the community continued to evolve. People continued to flock to it. The mission began to resonate. And in April of 2022, the community hit 1,000 members. Can you believe that? 1,000 members then, 20,000 members today. And as we continued, new things began to evolve, always focused on helping educational creators. And creator monetization was launched, where it was a free community to help educational creators with 100,000 subscribers or more make $100,000 a month or more. And in this evolution, all that was happening was collecting wisdom, taking in information, collecting wisdom, helping people, solving problems, and learning and evolving the community, us all together, getting better at what we were doing. June 2024. Who here was here for the high ticket synthesizer program? That accelerator was a month-long program, weekly calls. Who here was here for that? One. Olga, Maria, Johan. This course changed a lot of people's lives. I was talking to someone not too long ago by the name of Tony, who created a business fully based off of this course and went full-time online and started making money just based on this. And this was around when when I was working with Andrew behind the scenes. We were working on different projects together, but I wasn't publicly involved in Synthesizer. And again, it was the evolution. Started in 2021, then solving new problems, finding new ways to help educational creators, and then giving it away all for free. Years. September 2024, the next evolution was the 100. Anybody here apply to get into the 100? Drop a one in the chat. I know there's a few 100 winners in here. I saw some names. No spoilers. No spoilers. That's yeah, Matt Rice, synthesizer leader. That's how we found Kirby. Well, the 100 was a free cohort to help 100 people scale their school communities in 90 days. And it was an experiment that crushed so well that the average person that means an increase, added $15,373 in MRR, monthly recurring revenue, in 90 days. It was insane. And we even have one of our synthesizer leaders, Kevin Wong, here, placing number 3. He's the man who created the metaverse for us. We're going to hang out and have fun and later on. But this was crazy, insane results. And shout out to Kevin Wong. Then things continued to evolve. We kept growing, we kept building, we kept going. And in November of 2024, I officially became host of Synthesizer. I've been working with Andrew behind the scenes for months on different projects, which started, funny enough, from him joining my community. We've been working together for a while, and after flying out to Bath to work on one specific project, he asked me, hey, Aiden, would you be interested in kind of hosting Synthesizer and taking a more public role? And I was so invested in that mission, in that idea of synthesizing, that it became a no-brainer for me to throw away my old business and to go all in on this idea of synthesizing. And you guys gave me a great warm welcome. Lots of gifts at the bottom here, some great gifts, and we've continued to great, pretty amazing gifts. And a little bit about me was a few years ago, not too long ago, I was working a 9 to 5. I was working as a warehouse manager in a flower distribution warehouse, which means I basically sold flowers. And I was going to school and I was kind of living this normal kind of life when I got sick. And I got so sick that I lost 40 pounds and ended up in the hospital. And this picture is definitely not a flex. It was how far I had dropped after losing 40 pounds and ending up in the hospital. And during that time period, I lost my job. I had to drop out of school and I had to quit my soccer team where I was the captain of the team and playing semi-professionally. And in that hospital, I began to watch videos. I began to consume information. And I discovered this idea of synthesizing, of creating an online business, of solving problems and sharing solutions. And this idea stuck with me. And I decided when I was lying in that hospital bed, I decided, you know what? I don't want to sell flowers anymore. I don't want to work in a cooler. I worked in a freezing cold cooler to keep the flowers fresh for 8 to 10 hours a day. I don't want to do that. I want to do this online business thing. I want freedom. So I went all in and I decided to start a business. 6 months went by, longer, and I made $0 and I actually went over 6 grand in debt. I had 600 bucks in my bank account and I had $6,000 piling up on my credit card. And I began to get incredibly stressed. I was doubting myself. I was asking, can I even do this? Maybe it's just those people online are faking it. Maybe they can do it, but not me. I should just go back to school. My parents, my friends were telling me, go back to your job. My boss was calling me. But I decided to give myself one more month to get my first client. And if I could do that, then I'd have that proof to stick to it and go all in online. So I began to push. I began to change what I was doing because what I was doing obviously wasn't working if I could do it for 6 months. So I needed to change what I was doing. And that change resulted in me getting my first client for $150 a week within those 30 days. And then within the next 90 days, I hit my first $10,000 month with my business from zero to $10,000 a month in 90 days. And I added back on the muscle. I still found time to work out and get my health back. And I managed to completely transform my life, not just my business, but my health and my relationships and my life. And this was the biggest transformation of my life. And because of that, I'm so grateful for this rock bottom because it helped me and pushed me to be here today with you guys. And here's a little bit more about me, a little summary. Since then, I've worked with literally hundreds of educational creators behind the scenes as a ghostwriter, as a consultant in the business doing done for you work, doing coaching. I've helped hundreds of educational creators. I've ghostwritten content doing over 50 million views. I've launched school groups. I've made 3 different businesses past 10K a month. And because of that, I can now eat steak and yellow dragon fruit whenever I feel like life is good. Then after that was definitely the top peak of synthesizer in my opinion. That was like we can't really go up from there, really. But then we announced the synthesizer roadmap. Who here has watched a module or two, maybe 5, maybe all of them in the synthesizer roadmap? Drop a 1 in the chat. Lots of people. Some of you have told us that this is one of the best free courses in on school, one of the best courses on school. And it's because we spent months building it. We spent months building it and months talking to you guys. When I joined the community, I took 50 calls in 3 days where I just took calls back to back to back to back, didn't even stop for lunch just to talk to you guys and figure out what problems you were dealing with and how to help. And then we packaged it into this roadmap. Better than paid ones even. That this course is good. And because of that, because of all this momentum we were building, this evolution of synthesizer, all this giving for free for so long, the community began to grow and grow and grow. Then in February 2025, which feels so long ago but is so recent, I began to host weekly calls in the community to talk to you guys again, to figure out what you might be struggling with, to help, to provide value, and to keep scaling and evolving and synthesizing and finding new ways to condense things into wisdom. Again, free. Who here has maybe been to some of the calls? Have you been enjoying them? I know I see a lot of familiar faces here. They're awesome, making friends, not just having value. That's awesome. And because of that, now flash forward to today, all of this momentum. The reason I show you this is because it didn't happen overnight. 20,000 members didn't happen overnight. It happened over years of providing value and not just providing value, but condensing wisdom, learning how to help educational creators. We didn't learn how to help you guys overnight. We built that skill over years. Now, Synthesizer has been helping educational creators for free for years. Some of you have said it's the best school community, and it was the first free school community, and it's always stood for something bigger. It's something grander than just building a business or making money. That's not just why we're here. It stood for Synthesizer Freedom, your new goal. Does anyone know what Synthesizer Freedom is before I spoil it? Beautiful money. Beautiful money. Money that you make when the giver is happy to give it and you are happy to receive it. A win-win situation. Happy, beautiful money. Specifically, there are three pillars of synthesizer freedom that we want. That is our goal, that we are always working towards together. And that is income, impact, and purpose. Income means you make great money. You don't have to worry about money. You make great money. You make $10,000 to $100,000 a month. Impact means you change lives. People are happy they paid you. They're happy they paid you. They're eager to pay you because you have the ability to change their lives. And purpose means you have freedom to work on your purpose wherever and whenever you want. And this is that freedom and that purpose which allowed me to fly out to Bath for a month just to work on something. Allows me to fly out to LA whenever I want and allows me to travel the world with my laptop and take off my shirt and present a photo of me shirtless on a webinar. That's the freedom that we get as synthesizers. Who here wants synthesizer freedom? Drop a one in the chat. Who here is pushing towards synthesizer freedom? Because I know I am. This is not a goal that you just hit. It's not just a peak of the mountain and then you climb back down. It's something you enjoy for life and you keep journeying towards it for life. Nice. Now, this is where we've realized something terrible. After all these years and in this evolution and talking with hundreds of you guys, hundreds of educational creators and synthesizers, we've realized that there is a problem. And this problem is hurting you guys and it's keeping you from making beautiful money and it's keeping you from reaching this synthesizer freedom and living that life of freedom. So, Aiden, what is this terrible problem, this dark creature? Well, earlier at the beginning of this call, I asked you guys who here has achieved a valuable outcome, and most of you, if not all of you, answered yes. And in polls in the past, when we've asked you the same question, 75% of you have achieved a valuable outcome. And this is the barrier to entry in the synthesizer world. Remember when I said it's solving problems and sharing solutions. In order to provide value and synthesize wisdom, you have to have achieved something valuable to share. That is the barrier to entry as a synthesizer. And if you solved a valuable problem, you already have what it takes to make 10,000 to 100,000 a month. This was my breakthrough when I went from 0 to 10K a month in 90 days a few years back. That was my breakthrough. When I solved a valuable problem and I began to share it with people, that was my breakthrough. You've done the hard part, so the question remains, why isn't everyone making great money and living that dream life? If it's that easy, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, truthfully, it's not your fault. It's ours. We take the blame for this. I take the blame for this. Because we've taught you how to go from 0 to 1 in the synthesizer roadmap, on the weekly calls, in the community for 4 years. We've taught you how to go from 0 to 1, the hardest part, achieving a valuable outcome. But we haven't shown you how to go from 1 to 100, synthesizer freedom. We haven't shown you how to take that and share it with the market. And not only that, we haven't led by example. We've told you those are the three pillars that we're working towards. We're working towards income, impact, and purpose. But we haven't led by example and shown you that beautiful money is truly, truly possible. And because of that, the problems kind of are stacking up. Some of you have been noticing, have been second guessing yourselves and your offers. Maybe you're lacking a system that consistently brings dream clients. That means you're spending all your time doing work, but you just need more people. You're just thinking, oh, if only more people knew about me and my offer. You're stuck. You have a cap on your income. You're not scaling past it. You're hitting your head on the ceiling, wondering, how do I break through with little freedom? Maybe working nonstop or working on low leverage activities. That means you spend 8 hours working, but if you were spending that time on a high leverage activity, you could have done 10 times the amount of work and made 10 times the amount of progress because you're working on the wrong things. Or maybe you're struggling to deliver results without spending hours and hours of time or spending more time thinking about what to do instead of executing. And I know these things are true because I haven't only noticed you guys facing some of these problems and a lot more, but I went through them myself. I went through all of this. When I was struggling for 6 months, these were the things holding me back. So the question remains, the big question of the day. How do you make more money and help more people? How do you achieve synthesizer freedom? So glad you asked, Lincoln. Thanks for asking. It's a great question. Well, that is the synthesizer scaling system, the system that will bring you to synthesizer freedom. So there's three parts to the system. There's scalable attraction that brings you high quality clients on demand. So it means you start and then you grow. You need a way to scalably attract people so that you're not fighting in this bottleneck world of not enough people know about me. You need a conversion system that means once you start attracting all those people, you need a way to get them into your world, make them aware of you, and turn them into clients. Something you can do without a huge audience because a lot of us don't have a huge audience. And then you need a scalable delivery system, a way that can change lives without all your time and deliver a consistent result. So you can feel convicted in your product. You can feel like, I know this is the best. If I just tell people about it, it's going to be great. You don't have to worry about, hey, I'm going to sell to someone and then I don't know how I'm going to get them results. You know you can get them a result. And once you have these three things installed, you can scale to $10,000 to $100,000 a month. And you might recognize these from the roadmap. You might recognize these things as points we've already brought up. But at a certain point, you need to evolve. You need to graduate. You can't do what you were doing forever. If you aren't where you want to be, it means what you're doing isn't working. You need to change. Now, there is a problem because 99% of creators that I've looked at, that I've worked with, that I've helped, and that I've seen fail to install it because they build it in the wrong order, or they try and build it all at once. They try and install all these things into their business and think it'll solve all their problems, and then they're left stuck with this operational complexity that just makes their head explode. They're working on so many different things, they don't even know what they're working on all the time. They're trying to build funnels and scripts and content and all these things, and because of that, nothing's working. Nothing's working. Or even worse, they try and fail to build it on their own. I was very guilty of that mistake myself. I was guilty of all these mistakes myself. So, would it be helpful if I showed you guys a complete roadmap to install this in your business in order? Would that be helpful? Drop a yes in the chat or a one. All right. That's why we're here. All right. So, I'd like to introduce the scaling roadmap for you guys. How to make more money and help more people. There are 5 pillars and then a 6 bonus to the roadmap. I'm going to share a little more in depth in them so you guys can understand them and how to implement them in your business in 1 second. We start with the business backbone because one of the biggest problems that most creators start with are they aren't sure on their business fundamentals. They don't have a foundation of stone or bedrock. They're building on a foundation of sand, which means everything's shaky. They're unclear on their offer. They're unclear on all their goals, their missions, their backstory, their proof. They have all these variables of business, and it feels like there's a million things you have to do. It feels like there's a million things you need to figure out. But in reality, we've noticed that there are only 8 pillars that build up every single successful business. 8 pillars that when you nail these things, your business is going to work. So our system here is a Backbone GPT. It's a custom AI agent that will help you work you through your 8 business pillars so that you can become extremely clear on your business fundamentals. You understand your constraints. You understand your opportunities. You understand who you're helping, what you're helping them do, and all that's left is opportunity for action, space for action. There's no more second guessing. There's just execution. And once you've done this, once you have the fundamentals of your business clear, and you're absolutely crystal clear on everything, then you need to do a rapid launch and follow our rapid launch protocol. Because the next problem people run into in linear order, right? We're solving problems in order, is that they don't have enough calls booked, they don't have enough cash flow, or they don't have proof that their offer is actually good. They're guessing. They're guessing they have a hypothesis, but it's not proven. So we have a 14-day challenge, a 14-day launch protocol where every day you know what you have to post, you know what you have to say, you know what you have to do with the goal, with the outcome of eliminating guesswork and booking calls, making cash, and proving you have a premium offer. And it works even if you have a tiny audience or no audience. And I used this when I had only a couple thousand followers. This is what I did, and this is what worked for me. And not only that, I personally tested all of this stuff. I didn't just, we're not making anything up. This is years of evolution. I personally tested this and did $50,000 in 7 days following it. 7 days. And then I had to stop because it was working too well. And then not only that, 5 people I showed it to all got a client after following this. It works. Then, once you've done that launch and you have your fundamentals proven, you have some cash flow, so you're no longer struggling and stressing and you know what you're doing. Your next problem is that you don't have enough dream clients know who you are. You don't have enough traffic. You don't have enough leads. So there we install a scalable attraction system and we build it over time. Instead of just trying to do it all at once and wondering if it's going to explode and work, we build it as we go. We create content. We build notoriety in groups. We make lead magnets and call to actions. We do all the things that we know we need to do. We are educational creators. We know we need to create content, but we don't know how. And this is how. And the result is that too many dream clients know who you are. You're getting inbounds. People are coming into your world, into your systems for you to talk to and interact with. You have lots of traffic. And some of this stuff is what I've used when I've written posts. Here are some of the posts I've written and worked on with Kirby that have done hundreds of thousands of views. When I've worked with other creators, this is what we use to create content that drives a lot of traffic. And even if it doesn't drive a lot of traffic, it drives the right traffic. So you're getting the right people in your door and you're not wasting your time. Because I know we all have had those calls where we spend an hour talking to someone and they're just not the right fit. And at the end of the call, you're almost like, oh, that was a waste of time. But we need to attract the right people. And this is what Andrew used when he grew to 600,000 subs on YouTube, and what he used helping Reindoris go from 0 to 100,000 subs in 6 months. So this attraction system really, really works. Then your next problem after you begin to attract people is that you're not converting them well. Maybe you have a leaky bucket. People are coming in. Maybe you're having people join your school community or watch your content or comment on your posts or whatever. But you're just, for some reason, not getting clients. Maybe your content's blowing up. Maybe it's working. Maybe it's not. But you're not converting well. And in that case, you need a conversion system. You need a way to turn people into clients and let them know what you do and articulate it to them and get them into your world so you can consistently convert clients and make money, because you need to make money to help people and achieve freedom. And this conversion system is how we turned Synthesizer into a top 0.01% community on Skool. And we've been growing at over 100 members a day organically since then. And it's also what we taught in the 100, where the average person added $15,373 in new MRR. So it works. It's proven. Finally, you need a delivery system. At this point in time, you're converting, you're getting a client, and then you're left in this loop where you're like, what do I do now? I got the client, they sent me the money. What the heck do I do now? This is when you need a delivery system, because you might be struggling to deliver results. You might be making it up as you go. You might be spending all your time delivering for clients, which means you can't spend time on the other systems and pillars, and that means you can't grow your business. So when we have a delivery system, we can deliver incredible results without spending a ton of time. And we can walk people through a process that consistently, reliably works and they love. And this is actually how we built the synthesizer roadmap. Some of you have said it's the best course. It's the best course. And this is how we built it. We will show you how we build programs and how we build things that actually get people results and that they love. Instead of building something that someone watches the first 5 seconds and then they just don't click, they leave. Maybe you sign up for a lead magnet and then you never check it out. Who's guilty of that? Because I definitely am signing up for a lead magnet and then never even looking at it. We help you build something that people love, tell all their friends about, and get them incredible results. So I wanted to ask, out of these pillars so far, which one would you guys be most excited for? Which one resonates the most? Is it launch protocol? Is it attract? Is it convert? Is it deliver? Attract, three, big spread, attract, 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 rapid launch, conversion, convert, attract. Nice. The protocol. Nice. Well, there's actually some bonuses because as we go, we will keep solving problems because we run into new problems and there's new solutions we can share. So we also have things like the case study of the 100. Maybe if you guys have been wondering how people like Kevin Wong here could make 200 something thousand dollars in 90 days, well, we have the case studies. We can show you that. Maybe you're wondering, I've heard of Andrew's time theory business. I bet a lot of you have heard of that. His first business that made $100,000 a month. How did he actually do it? What was his funnel? What was his conversion funnel? How did he attract people? Did he have a VSL? Did he have a free school group? Did he go right to call and paid? What did he do? We can show you. And we'll be including all of these bonuses as we go. Case study. How did they actually get Rian Doris to 100,000 subs? How did they work with Ed, who's one of the best YouTube guys in the game? And how did they make that happen? Branding. How did we do the synthesizer branding? With Pete Brennan, we had a professional brand designer in. Number two on discovery, productivity, how to prioritize tasks, how to actually know what to work on. Maybe you have 100 things on your to-do list. How do you prioritize? What do you do? How do you stay productive and get more done in less time? Daily routine, managing finances, creating a free group movement, not just a free group, a movement like Synthesizer. And then as we go, hiring, when, who, how. You need to know all of these things. And these are things we're going to be adding in as we go to keep making sure you guys have everything you need. So that's the summary. That's the scaling roadmap. Who here thinks this is awesome? Say yes, drop a one. Who here thinks this roadmap's going to help a lot of people? Because I think it will. I would have killed to have this. Well, a little bit more about why. Why have we done this? Why is it this system and not another? Well, the first is it's very effective and it's scarily powerful. It can have some incredible results. The second is it works every time it's properly installed. Me, Kirby, the 100, thousands of other people have used these systems and it works. And if something's not working, it's probably because you're just missing one of these Lego pieces and it's just not clicking. It means you can make beautiful money without a big audience. It focuses on generating volumes of leads, of the right leads, so you're not stuck floundering in this no man land where no one knows about you. It solves your constraints in the order you experience them. Instead of being a whole 200 hours of training that you have to figure out, what do I do? Do I do this or do I do that? Do I go through outbound lead generation or inbound or what do I do? It helps you and tells you what to do and focuses on solving the constraints that in the order you experience them. Instead of solving a future problem that you don't even have yet, it focuses your time and attention. It is a million times better than low ticket. You can have better results. Your clients will get better results. You will have more freedom. You will get closer to synthesizer freedom. It is so much better than low ticket. I don't even need to make that argument anymore. And the best part is the only requirement is that you've achieved a valuable outcome, the topic of today's call. Not only that, there's a lot more proof stacked behind this. I've helped Buddy Rathmel, Ashley Richmond, Julian Sad. It's behind Andrew's 650,000 YouTube subs, Hamza 100K a month, Rian, Adam, working with Mr. Beast, Brandon, Jenny, Steve, Leon. There's so many examples of this system working that I could go on forever, but I won't because I don't want to bore you. And to summarize, this is what we're doing. This is what we're solving. This is what we need to make happen in your businesses. Now, you can do this on your own. And in fact, you definitely can. Synthesizer is staying unchanged. The roadmap is staying. The calls are happening, continuing to happen. You can do this on your own. But do you guys think you would get better results if we actually walked you through the roadmap and had an opportunity to work with us? Do you think you'd get better results in this case? I think so. Nice. 100%. Definitely. I agree. That's why, for the first time ever, we are announcing a paid synthesizer opportunity. Drum roll, please. The moment we've all been waiting for. The moment we've all been waiting for. This feels insane. Synthesizer scaling. Synthesizer scaling. What do you get? What is it? Well, in synthesizer scaling, we are going to walk you through the scaling roadmap. We're going to walk you through everything I just showed you. We're going to give you exclusive synthesizer AI tools. We're going to help you build a simulated vector database with an AI agent so that you don't have some vague, boring prompts and you're not just creating stuff that everybody else does, but you create something that is trained on the backbone of your business. And when I've done this in the past, it crushes because it helps you write your content. It helps you with copywriting. It helps you build your programs. It helps you create your sales scripts. It eliminates so much thinking and so many problems because you can feed it our templates and use your business backbone to create everything custom for you. This is really awesome. Then there's going to be an exclusive community. Maybe you guys have seen it on my profile, but it's going to be a private exclusive community with weekly calls with me and with other synthesizer leaders, other people who are incredible that you will see very soon. It's going to be awesome. And in this scaling place, we are going to help you build all of these assets. We're going to help you build your offer one pager. We're going to help you, we're going to give you a launch content calendar so you can just know what to post, when to post, templates to apply it to, appointment setting scripts, sales scripts, systems, tracking systems, how to spend your time, your program outlines, how to build a program. That part I'm really excited for. How we grew to 20,000 members. With Spoiler, we've been growing without even creating content lately. We haven't even needed to because the movement and everything else is so dialed in that the group grows anyways. The 600K content system, templates, funnel creation, school about page, setups and builds, everything. Everything you need and more. That is what we're going to be building, the complete backbone of your business. Instead of guessing, we're going to help you build it. Now, who here wants to apply? Does this sound good? Anybody want to apply? Nice. Awesome. Obviously, Cohen, Nathan, Art, systems. Now, awesome. This is great. Well, it's not just a proven system, it's a quality community, which means we need to vet people coming in. We need to vet people coming in. I can't just accept everybody, even though I want to. I'm sure even if I drop the payment link, I'm sure a lot of you would want to buy right now and get in there. But I want to make sure that we can help you and you're a good fit. So that we only have people we are confident we can help so that our results are amplified. Just like the 100, we didn't accept everyone. We only accepted the people who we know could get the greatest results. So because of that, I'm going to open my calendar only for 17 days. That means I'm going to open up 17 spots, 17 days, sorry, on my calendar with limited spots. And as a thank you for you guys showing up live, this community would be nothing without you guys. You guys make Synthesizer great. I've opened up some priority spots in my calendar that I'm only going to have open for the length of this call. So what that is going to look like is I'll send this link in the chat right now I want to talk to you guys. I want to make some more friends. You're going to click here. It's going to walk you through a simple application process. You're going to click submit, and then it's going to give you my calendar. Don't share this with anyone else right now. It's only open for the people on this call. Later on during the week, I will be opening up opportunities for other synthesizers, but right now, I want to make sure everybody here can get in. So go through it, put in your name, your best email. If you're an educational creator, this is for you. It's not for you if you're not an educational creator. Hope I've made that clear. Link to any social media or website that you need to. If you've achieved something valuable, write it down here. I've done, Cohen would say, I'm a piano wizard. I can riff and play the piano like nobody else. Monthly current income, goal desired income, ability to invest. Do you confirm you will show up on the call on time? If you don't show up, I will not accept you. If you click no, just gonna cancel our call. And if you don't show up, I'm not gonna reschedule you. So please show up on time. As you know, spots are limited. If you're taking up a seat, it means someone else is losing the opportunity. So click the link, apply, book a call with me. And I know a lot of you may have some questions. I know you might not think you're a good fit. You might have questions about everything I just talked about. You might wonder if this is right for you or anything like that. Book a call. We can have a chat. There is no pressure. There are no sales tactics. This is just for the right people. And it's so good, it will sell itself for the right people. All this is going to be is to see, so we can talk and see if you're a good fit and if you can get results with it.